Hi everyone, this is Preston from Preston's 8 Legs. Today I want to introduce you all to the tarantulas and spiders that I have. First, I wanted to show you guys tie-dye, my Chromotopelma cyanopubescens. I think I said that right, but this is my green bottle blue, or GBB for short. I wanted to start off with this one because they are my most displaying one. Now, I know as soon as I say that and I move this, that way you guys can get a little bit clearer view of them, I pretty much can guarantee they're probably going to bolt down and hide, because that's just how tarantulas are. You want them to do a certain thing and they're going to do the exact opposite. They're out all the time. They don't really do too much when I'm moving around, but of course when I'm filming and want to show them off, yeah, they're going to move. So here they are. That is tie-dye, kind of up there, down there, not up there, down there in his little web hammock or tunnel, whatever you want to call it. But as you guys can see, they have, I say they because I'm not sure, I have not sexed them yet. I don't know if it's a male or a female. I believe it is a male just based on the abdomen size and the legs and different stuff like that. But as you guys can see, with tie-dye here, they have completely webbed up their enclosure a lot. This is a semi-arboreal species, which is not a scientific classification. It's more of a hobby classification. And scientifically, they're known to be a terrestrial species, which terrestrial means that they will be ground dwelling and they may dig a burrow, which is a hole in the ground, as the hide. But these guys, they say, are semi-arboreal because, as you guys can see, he is in a terrestrial enclosure, but he doesn't really burrow anywhere. He actually uses his webs to make his enclosure inside of his enclosure, and that's what he uses to, keep his privacy, keep out any unwanted intruders. So they tend to be more above ground, but still at ground level. So they tend to be in bushes, small trees maybe, but mainly bushes and right at ground level, and then they just web it up and make it their own little home. But yeah, this is tie-dye. I named it that just because of all the bright colors that are on him. He's a lot different than when I got him from a sling. When I got him first as a sling, he was yellow and black and a little bit orange. And then as they molt, which is when they shed their old exoskeleton, grow the new one, they gain new colors each time they molt. So now he is pretty much at his adult coloration, which is a orange abdomen, and then a green head, or I forget what the name of the front area of a tarantula is called, but of course I'll forget it now that I'm filming. And then he has these dark blue legs where you shine light on them and they become a bright blue. But I just want to introduce you guys to tie-dye here because he really, really is one of my most displaying tarantulas and one of my most outgoing tarantulas. I don't ever hold him because they are pretty skittish. Well, I wouldn't say bolted. They never bolted on me, but he just does not want to be held. And he's a pretty ferocious eater too, so I don't ever want to hold him just to avoid complications. But next I will show you guys Julio. Okay guys, this is Julio. This is my very first tarantula I ever got. He is a Brachypelma hamoi, and he is the tarantula species that you see in basically all types of media, movies, TV shows, video games. He is that black and orange Halloween tarantula that you see everywhere. Right now, he doesn't necessarily look like that because he is still growing. I wouldn't say an adolescent yet. He's maybe somewhere between a sling and adolescent, but he's a lot bigger than when I got him, because when I got him, he's probably about maybe a little bit bigger than that white pebble there. But now he is a lot bigger, but he's still a lot smaller than when he will be when he grows up. I say he just because that's what I'm guessing. I don't know if it is a male or a female, but I named him Julio just because of where he comes from. He comes from Mexico, and I just thought it was a cool name that fit him. And that's just what I've gone with ever since. So if he is a male, it's cool. If he's not, then I guess I'll change it to Julio or something. But this is Julio. Like I said, he is my first tarantula I ever got, and he's been amazing. I've I've loved having him. I really do love him. He changes his personality quite often, really. With each molt, he becomes like a little bit of a different tarantula. When I first got him, he was pretty docile and just kind of slow moving, and then he molted, and then kind of got a little skittish, and then he molted again and kind of got a little defensive, and then he molted again and kind of chilled out a little bit, and now he's molted again just recently, about a week ago, and he's really calmed down now. Like, I could not do this before. About a couple of molts ago, just move his enclosure around, so he really has, calmed down and chilled out, which is nice. I hope he stays like this, because this is nice. This is his enclosure. He probably will stay in here until his next molt. And he's been in here for a little bit, but I've rearranged it a couple of times for him, but he keeps redecorating it every time, which is happy. As long as he's happy and he likes to move the stuff where he wants it to, that's fine with me. So this is Julio, my Brachypelma Hamori, and I just want to introduce you guys to him because he is my first one, so I figured he's a fitting one to definitely show off to you guys. Next, I will show you guys Roman. Okay, so here is Roman, and if you guys have looked back or watched any of my other videos, you will recognize this one because I showed a video of me rehousing him into this enclosure from when he molted from his smaller enclosure, and then when he molted, which is when he shed his old exoskeleton and grew the new one. And I transferred him into this one. And as you guys can see, if you guys go and watch the old video, he definitely did a lot of excavating, a lot of decorating of his own here. So that is him right there. His name is Roman. He is a Chaco golden knee, and then that's his common name, and then his scientific name is a Grammostola pulchripes, or poker piece. And I just named him Roman because when he gets to an adult size, he will have, like, you can kind of see him right now, these little color or light bands on his arm. Well, when he gets to be an adult, they will actually turn kind of a goldish color. So that's why I named him Roman, because he looked like a Roman gladiator when he gets bigger. So I just thought that was a cool little name for him here. This is a little dubia roast that I fed him yesterday, and apparently he has chosen not to eat it, so as I film here, I'll be taking it out. But yeah, so you guys can see here, he's a big excavator, big dirt mover. He's, made this tunnel here, this tunnel underneath here, goes around to this side, come along the back here, and he started this little tunnel here. So he has really done some major dirt moving. And he does this all by just scooping it up in his chelicerae, which are where his fangs are connected to his body. Those little front areas that you can kind of see in giant tarantula movies or whatever, where it looks like where the fangs are. Those are technically called chelicerae. I believe I'm saying that right. And they just scoop them up in there, and then also with their front pedipalps, those are the little tiny front arms that they have, and he kind of just scoops up in there and moves the dirt wherever he pleases. So this is Roman, and I'm really happy to have him. He's a great tarantula to have. He's always been very calm, very chill, and I like how much he's been decorating his enclosure here. So next I will show you guys Cinnamon. Hi guys, we are about halfway done, I think, with my collection of tarantulas and spiders that I have. Next here is Cinnamon. This is my Brachypelma amelia. This is a relative of Brachypelma hamori, which is Julio. Not the same like actual relative, but they're in the same species, Brachypelmas. And as you can see, they look more like the tarantula that I was talking about earlier, from the monster movies or TV shows or whatever you might see a tarantula in, but they have a little bit different coloration. They have a little bit more black and a little bit more red on their back legs, but they're pretty similar. But this is Cinnamon. This is my biggest tarantula I have right now. You can kind of see by the size of my hand, and I have had them for about a year and a half now. I have Cinnamon here and Jacqueline, I'm trying to think, Jacqueline, and then my Caribbean versicolor that I used to have, all came from the same store, and I still have Cinnamon here, and then my Caribbean versicolor did sadly pass away due to a bad molt, which is just what happens with that species. They just tend to be prone to that. But Cinnamon here has been doing great, very healthy, and Jacqueline's been doing great and very healthy for my jumping spider that you guys have seen recently. But everybody else I have had since they were a sling, and I've had them for about 2 years and some odd months now. But these guys are my most recent tarantula, but they're my biggest one. So, but I really like Cinnamon. I'm really glad I got her. I say her again. I have no idea what any of the genders of my tarantulas are. I just kind of guess. But Cinnamon here, I love having her because she is so big. But I'm glad I got her in this position because she's pretty skittish. Like, if I continue to move this in a little bit, she's going to go right into that wood hide and just hide out. Which is funny because you would think, oh, tarantula being so skittish, though, you know, they really won't do too much in the enclosure. Well, they do, just not when I'm looking, because as you can see, they dirty it up. I just cleaned this about a couple days ago, and it's all dirty again. So, but this is Cinnamon, my Brachypelma Amelia. And I just want to introduce you guys to her again because that's what we're doing. Sorry, but next is Jacqueline. Okay, guys, we're getting close to the end here. I think I have 2 more left after Jacqueline here. So you guys should be pretty familiar with Jacqueline because I just got her and placed her into this enclosure here. And you guys haven't checked that video out, feel free to go check that video out. It's my first jumper that I ever have, so I'm happy to have her. She's been great. She's already molted, as you guys can see, and I can't really get in there too much. She's just been kind of pushing pieces out once in a while because I don't want to destroy her little web hammock that she has here. But she's been great. She's been eating well. She's gotten bigger since I got her, so that's always fun. And I just love having her. She really likes enjoying her enclosure, especially during the daytime when she's like hunting. And that's why I choose to feed her too, because that's when jumping spiders are not nocturnal, they're more daytime dwellers. So that's when I choose to feed them. The tarantulas are a little bit opposite, they're nocturnal most of the time. But Jacqueline here has been doing great. She kind of goes up in her little web hammock here when it gets to nighttime and kind of just chills out in there and minds her own business. So I love having her. She is a Phidippus regius, I believe. And she has an amazing coloration. She's brown, black, and the reason why I named her Jacqueline is because she has a little jack-o'-lantern face on her abdomen. So I think that's kind of cute. My dad actually came up with that name. So I love having her. Jumping spiders are amazing. Whatever you see on YouTube singing the praises of jumping spiders, they really are. Believe them, they're awesome animals to have and keep. They're a little bit easier, I would say, than a tarantula. But the only downside is they don't live as long. Tarantulas can live up, 10 plus years. These guys just a couple of years. But I got her when she was pretty small, so I look forward to having her for a very long time. Again, this is Jacqueline. This is my jumping spider. And next, I will show you guys Silk. Okay, guys, so this one's going to be filmed a little bit differently because Silk likes to hide out in her cave, I call it, that she made, and I had to move the light around because she's black. She's velvety black, and she's in a dark cave. It's kind of hard to see her, but I have the light on here now. So you guys can see it now, but this is Silk, my Grammostola pulchra. She's an amazing tarantula. I've had her for about 2.5 years now as well, and she's gotten big. You guys have seen a video past that I rehoused her recently as well, and she's been loving her enclosure as well. I would show you guys off a little bit, but I don't want to lose her, have her take off down there and not have you guys be able to see her, because she really is a beautiful tarantula. She's nice and smooth and silky black, reason I called her Silk. So she's been nice. She's always calm and docile. She's a good eater. She never turns down food, so that's good. But yeah, this is Silk. Not really too much to say about her. She's not really a whole lot of personality to this one. She just kind of does her thing and likes to be left alone. The other ones kind of have a little bit of quirkiness to them, but I love having her, and I look forward to, seeing her grow up. Okay, and lastly, but certainly not least, this is Curly, my curly-haired tarantula, or my Testicular albipilosis. I believe I said that correctly. Like, again, I'm not fluent in Latin, but they name them in Latin, so you just kind of got to guesstimate with the scientific names of these tarantulas. But he is my tiniest tarantula, and believe it or not, I got him at the same time I got Silk and Roman, and just shortly after Julio. So I've had him from about 2.5 years now, and he's pretty tiny. As you guys can see, compared to my thumb, he's pretty tiny, and he's not too much bigger than when I got him. But with this species, they are known to be very, very slow growers. But what's nice about him is that this species is known to be very docile. He is very he's like the hippie, I would say, in my collection. He kind of just does his own thing, kind of just chills, and, you know, does things every once in a while when he feels like it, and then when he doesn't, just kind of just sits there like a rock. But I like him. I'm looking forward to him hopefully growing up and getting a little bit bigger here soon, because like I said, he's been about this size for quite some time now, but it'll be worth it. They are known to live pretty long, so I look forward to having him for a very long time and seeing that really curly hair that pops up on him. When he gets older, he'll be pretty much black and then have these white or grayish hairs that come off of him everywhere, and they look very wiry and curly, hence the name curly hair tarantula, and then hence the reason why I named him Curly. So you can kind of see it now, those hairs on his leg and abdomen. That's what they'll kind of look like, but even longer, more springy looking. But yeah, this is him. I've had him in this enclosure for quite some time because he just has not outgrown it yet. But he kind of likes it a little bit drier here. And he's dug a little tunnel right here and a little hole. But that's what he kind of likes to do. He likes to stay in these little holes here on the side. And when prey comes, he kind of acts like a trapdoor spider a little bit. And kind of just waits for him to get close and then gets him right at the top of the tunnel. So, well, this has been everybody. This is all my tarantulas and spiders, technically, because Jacqueline is not a tarantula. But in total, I have 7 arachnids, I guess you can say, to be more broad. And he's moving around here. But this is all of them. I do plan on getting more, and I plan on having these guys for a very long time. Like I said a little bit earlier, tarantulas do tend to live pretty long. Most of the time for females, it's 10 plus years. Males can be 5, 6, 7, 8 years, which is still pretty long. But for spider, for a tarantula, but you know, they're going to be around for quite some time, and I look forward to having them, and hopefully for future people that I meet, they'll be able to enjoy them as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. My last video is my biggest video I've ever done so far. It's at 300 some views, which is insane. I'm glad you guys really liked that video of what I feed my tarantulas, and thank you guys so much for subscribing and liking and commenting. I love seeing you guys' comments. It really does make me so happy and brightens up my day when I get to read that you guys love the tarantulas, or you think they're cute or they're adorable, or you guys ask questions about them, or you guys tell me, you know, how you can relate to something I said. I really do love that. I love hearing about how you guys are connecting with maybe my tarantulas or spiders, or maybe a spider that you ran into or something. I like being able to share my passion with these arachnids and knowing that you guys are getting connected with them as well, because in my opinion they are a very misunderstood animal. And as you guys can see, they all are different. They have different personalities, and they all look different, and they all grow different, and they all, you know, eat different. There's a lot of different things about them. So thank you guys again for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, please do like, subscribe, and comment too. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.